Hi, it's Kevin with FasTrax again. We're here with Greg and his beautiful 66 Nova. Greg, tell me a little bit about your car.
Well, it's a 66 Chevy II Nova. I bought it from the family about 16 years ago. They bought the car new in Calgary in May of 1966.
Yeah.
She had the car for many years and she gave it to her nephew. And her nephew drove the car. And I bought it from the nephew. So realistically, I'm the third owner, but second family to own the car. When I bought the car, it wasn't in this condition, but it was good enough to restore body on wise. I did not take the car apart. It's a body on restoration. Small block car, 283. Original upholstery. Original color. It was a regal red when it was born.
Yeah.
And we've kept the car that way. Enjoyed it for the last 16 years. Had a lot of fun with it. Of course, doing things to it as you go.
Yeah.
And driving it as well.
Absolutely.
So I put about 2,500 miles a year on the car, average.
Yeah.
So it gets driven.
That's good.
It's been a really good car. I have no complaints with it. As you can see, it gets a lot of attention. Sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's not.
It depends where you are, right?
Depends what I'm doing.
That's right. Absolutely.
Original, like I said, original upholstery. We've tried to keep the car as old school as possible.
Yeah.
I'm not a new school guy. I'm not into high tech or whatever, so it's all old school basically.
Yeah. No rest-a-mod here. It's
no. Well, I mean, you want to drive them, so I had to do the disc brakes,
of course,
the cooling system, of course, so you can drive the car.
Daily drive, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Basically, and that's what I do. I'm retired now. I got time to do it, and enjoying the hell out of it.
Absolutely. It's what it's all about. How did you come about finding the car? You said that
it was in the journal on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
And Dan Julio, the guy I work with
the blue Ford 42.
Yeah.
Yep.
He pointed it out to me in the paper and showed me, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go have a look. He says, you should go look at this car. I've seen it. So I went and looked at it, made an appointment, went down, looked at it, brought a deposit with me, test drove the car, and decided I was going to take it. So he didn't want my deposit. He says, I know you're going to come back for it. We came upon a price, bought it from them. So when I bought it, it had the original white wall tires, Nova hubcaps on it, and I won't begin to tell you what I had to do underneath the car. It was all original.
Really?
So the whole underside of the car has been redone.
Yeah. A lot of rust?
Nope.
Oh, really?
No rust.
Okay.
Just worn out parts.
Yeah.
The springs, when I took them out of the front, this side had 2 mechanical spacers in there just to keep it up, so it wouldn't sag way down.
Yeah.
The back springs were saggy. Steering was bad. Didn't have any sway bars on the car.
Really?
So I added the sway bar to it since then, because the whole body, when you turn a corner, the whole body would go like that. Yep. Just made it a driver, basically. So probably a lot of people have seen this car around. They know the car.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm out driving it around.
Enjoying it.
Enjoying it.
Absolutely.
And it is. I've done it all my life. I raised a beautiful family for a period of time and put my toys away aside. Got my sons set up, married in their own houses. At age 50, I said to the wife, I'm going to get something for myself.
It's time.
It's time again. I sold my other cars that I had. So now it's my turn.
Absolutely.
So now I'm enjoying it.
And
it's their car when it.
Of course it is. We always do that with our kids, right?
Yeah.
Is this the only car like this you have, or do you have other cars as well?
No, it's the only car I have like this.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't afford more than one.
Right. Yeah.
I retired early, working in the electrical business for most of my life, and just took a chance to take early retirement.
Good for you.
I can afford what I can afford.
Yep.
And that's basically what it is.
Live your life while you still have time to live it.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely.
You know what? Anybody out there, you can afford to do early retirement, I highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
I highly recommend it. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it tremendously.
So what have you done to the engine on it here? Because obviously it's not factory. It's not the way it came.
No, the car originally had a 6-cylinder in it.
Yeah.
That's what it was born with. And this is a 66 block, 283 block, board 30 over like we would do back in the 60s. That's what we all did.
Yep.
So it's a 283 board out to a 301. Corvette aluminum intake, quick fuel carburetor. It's got a cam in it, of course. Runs good, very dependable. I've driven this car out to Super Run in Red Deer and back several times. I've taken it out to the Pumpkin Fest in Smoky Lake, probably 10 different times.
Yeah.
I drive it everywhere. I'm not scared to drive it anymore.
That's good.
Very dependable car, dependable motor, not a race car.
Yeah.
Just a good driver.
Good driver.
Saturday night driver.
Reliable.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
Very reliable.
Get out and enjoy it.
It's a Chevy. What can I say?
There you go. It's a Chevy.
I've had the car at Super Chevy. Unfortunately, I didn't when they came to Canada. When they came to Capital Raceway, I took it out there. I parked the car with all the other cars, but I didn't enter it in the show.
Oh boy.
So they tracked me down in the pits. I was helping a friend with a dragster. His crew didn't show up, so I was helping him with the weekend racing.
Yep.
So I didn't have time to stay with the car. I just parked it with everybody else and didn't enter it. They tracked me down in the pits and they said, "Is that your car sitting out there, that red Nova?" And, yeah. What happened? I said, he says, "Nothing." He says, "Why isn't it entered in the car show?" He said, "You'd have won something for sure."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I just didn't have time." I said, I'm helping a friend out in the pits this weekend, playing with a dragster instead. So it was, but it was a great weekend. Next morning I get up, there's a picture of my car in the journal.
Wasn't even in the show, but it was in the paper.
It was in the paper. So actually Dan phoned me, the guy that found me the car. He says, "Yeah, I seen your car in the journal this morning." And I'm going, "Really? I got to go buy a paper."
That's fantastic.
But yeah, the car's, I don't show it very much. I drive it lots. I showed it for the first 10 years that I owned the car, and it did well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a first and a second at Rockin' August Nights.
Yeah.
In the stock General Motors class. I've won trophies, got a closet full of them. And that's about it. You know, I appreciate that people appreciate the car.
Yeah.
And enjoy the fact that there's still another generation coming along behind me.
Absolutely.
And they're getting more into the old stuff. They like the new stuff, but they're getting in more to the old stuff. So.
That's kind of what this channel's about. Like I said before, you know, we're about the car culture.
Yeah.
You know, people appreciate the cars and educating the new generation on the beauty of the old cars.
Tell you a little story before you go.
Sure.
I knew about these wheels 20 years before I got the car. I knew where they were sitting. When I bought the car, I immediately got a hold of the guy and I went and I bought these wheels because they're very unique and they're rare. They were only made 1 year. They were made 1966 for Sears and Roebuck. Cast in the back of the aluminum centers is Sears and Roebuck right in the spokes. It's cast right in the aluminum. Very rare.
Yeah.
Only made 1 year, same year as the car.
Perfect.
So I latched onto them, and I've never seen another set of them ever.
Making your car fairly unique.
I didn't want what other people have, and I'm not against anything that we see in the other cars, but I wanted something unique.
Unique to you.
Well, unique to everybody, really, because I get a lot of, what are those? Where did you get them?
Yeah.
Well, I said, you won't. I said, they're from 1966.
Yeah.
Really? Yes. And they leak because of the age of them.
Right.
So I run a radial tube in them. It cost me about $15 a tire to put a tube in.
Yeah.
Extra insurance. Otherwise, you got to fill them up every couple of days.
Yeah.
This way, I just run the tubes in them.
And you're safe.
Safe.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was a neat story. I got a hold of the company that made them, Raider Wheels.
Yep.
They were shocked that I had a set of them and I was running them on a car. They gave me a value on these things that kind of shocked me. The wheel collectors want them.
Absolutely. And the interior is fairly original?
It's all original, other than the door panels. I changed them. The carpet is original. The seats are original with some repairs. I had to repair this seat and this seat. I'm in the process of repairing my kick panels right now. They're scuffed up to paint. But it's original carpet, original headliner, original seats, just with some repairs. Can't get more original than that.
Yeah.
You know, really. Basically, the trunk. Put a couple of dead bodies in there if you had to. I run a full spare and jack and everything. Most guys don't. They don't even carry your spare. I run everything. So,
Well, most people don't want it for weight, but I mean,
it doesn't matter to me. It's not a race car.
It's not a race car.
Not a race car. So. I put some LED taillights in it just recently. Just they're brighter.
Yeah.
I want people to see me.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. But mostly any of the modification to this car is just to make it a better driver.
Yeah.
The rest of it I've kept old school. AM radio, nothing high tech in this car.
Right.
So,
That's excellent.
meat and potatoes.
Well, you know what? Thank you so much for being on my channel, and thank you for talking to me about your car. I appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you.